Beginning in your comfortable seat and close the eyes over. You might spend a few moments just rolling the shoulders, maybe bringing one ear down to one shoulder and then rolling over to the other side, maybe bringing the chin towards the chest as you roll from shoulder to shoulder, just settling into the mat, settling into your practice, tuning into how the body's feeling today. And when you're ready, finding some stillness, grounding down through your sit bones, lengthening the spine, keep rolling those shoulders down. Soften that space between the eyebrows, your jaw. And we settle into the breath. So if you need a few moments just to calm the mind down, then maybe just begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. We're breathing in and out through our nostrils here. So just take a few moments, see if as you exhale you can consciously decide to let go of anything that might be on your mind, worrying you, any stresses. No need to hurry the mind, just take your time. When you feel ready, let the breath just come into its natural rhythm and flow. So instead of controlling the breath, we just let it come and go as it needs to. Feeling peaceful, feeling calm. Gently blinking open the eyes. And let's warm up the body for our Vinyasa class. So walk the fingers away from the body. Big inhale as an arm rises up overhead, and as you exhale, reaching over. So as always, you might find your stretch through the upper back, or you might take a big inhale, lift through the chest, find that stretch through the heart space. Maybe just reaching the fingers over towards the opposite side of the room. And then when you're ready, sweep across the front and stretching on the other side. So don't worry too much about how this all looks. We're just looking for how it feels. Tuning into the body here, where you can feel the stretch, where you're feeling the tightness. You might decide to linger somewhere. You might decide to make the movement slightly more dynamic. You do whatever feels good for you. And taking another round in your own time, stretching through that side body. And then walk the hands out in front of you. Keep walking the hands forward. Just getting into that lower back area. Maybe one side of the hips you might feel depending on which way your legs are crossed. I like to move around a little bit as I stretch forward. Take a little stretch from right to left, left to right. Just being gentle with the body. Not overextending, but just warming up. And when you've had enough of that one, walking your hand up behind you, coming onto your fingertips, take a big inhale as you lift your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, opening through that heart space, pausing here for a few breaths. And then lower the chest down, roll the shoulders, Bring the arms out in front of you, interlace the fingers, keep the palms open. Big inhale as you curl through the upper back, bring your chin to your chest, pull the hands away. Feel that beautiful stretch through the upper back. Pausing here for a few beats. Lifting your chin, releasing the arms. Why not give the shoulders another little roll? And then roll over top of your knees, preparing for your cat-cow. So hips over top of knees, shoulders over top of wrists. Nice neutral spine and your neck is long. On your next inhale, dip your belly, curl your tailbone and crown of the head up. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone and crown of the head under. Press the mat away from you, draw your navel to your spine. Inhale as you flow like a wave from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhale as that wave once again from the tailbone all the way through to the crown of the head. Taking a few more rounds in your own time. Feel free to close the eyes. Making this round your last round, coming back into your neutral tabletop. Making sure that there's space between your fingers, but not between the hand and the mat. Preparing for our downward facing dog, so tucking our toes, lifting our hips, pressing the mat away from us as we aim our heart down towards our toes, keeping the hips nice and high and just pedaling the feet up and down. Make sure that your head is resting between your arms and just maybe give it a little shake no, nod yes, just to release any tension. If you have tight shoulders, then you might widen your hands to the width of the mat. Same goes if you feel like you need a little bit of space in the hips. You can widen your stance of your feet to the edges of the mat. Take an easy gaze forward, bend your knees and then tiptoe up to the top of your mat so that you're in your forward fold. So your feet are a hip width apart, your knees are bent generously, and you're just letting the head, arms, neck be completely relaxed here. We'll pause here for 5 breaths. Feel free to take ragdoll if you like, opposite hands to opposite elbows. Last breath here. From our forward fold, we're going to transition into Malasana or Yogi Squat. So there's a couple of different variations here for you. So first of all, I want you to slightly widen the stance between the feet and then turn the heels and toes out. Now as you begin to sink the hips down, just bring your forearms onto your thighs and you can bring your hands into prayer position. So this might be where you stay. If this feels okay, then you might begin to bring the buttocks even lower. Maybe have a block handy that you can perch the buttocks on. You can bring your hands into prayer and you can sit here. If this feels okay, then you might come all the way down. Hands come into prayer. Maybe apply a little bit of pressure as your elbows press your knees open, drawing your hands into heart center at your chest. So wherever you are, just pausing. You might even like to close the eyes. We're just warming up the hips here. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Blinking open the eyes if you've closed them over, releasing your hands, bringing your fingertips to the floor if you're down low, and then I want you to press through the feet as you lift the buttocks, and then walk the feet back into a hip width apart so that you're back in your forward fold. Pause here for a breath, and then begin to press through the feet as you slowly roll up to standing. Come to the top of your mat in your Tadasana and just spend a few moments just lengthening down the tailbone, rolling the shoulders, nice proud chest, gazing straight ahead, and preparing for 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A just to warm up the body fully. Bringing your hands into heart center, exhale fully to prepare. Next, inhale, arms come up overhead. And as you exhale, bend the knees and swan dive down. Nice wide arms. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale as you fold down. Plant the palms, take an easy step back into plank or any modified version of Vinyasa that you'd like to do. Taking an inhale, hugging the elbows in as you shift forward ever so slightly. Exhale as you come all the way down. Untuck the feet, inhale up to your cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. At the end of your next breath, look forward, bend those knees, easy step up to the top of your mat, into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And this time we're going to reverse swan dive as we inhale, arms come out wide all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Inhale up. Exhale as you dive. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank or any modified version. Inhale, heart shifts forward. Exhale as you bring the torso down between the arms. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. End of the next exhale, gaze forward, bend those knees, make your way to the top of the mat. Into your forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Big inhale as the arms open wide, come up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Inhale up. Exhale as you dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Easy step back into your plank. Inhale as you press your heart forward, hug those elbows in. Exhale as you come down nice and even. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat as you inhale up into your cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Now you can choose here how you would like to step the right foot forward. You can either ground down the left heel and then look forward and step the right foot forward. Or you can take an inhale, raise the right leg up overhead. And as you exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Shoulders come over top of the wrist. Push the mat away from you. And then step that right foot through. Grounding down the left heel. And we're coming up into our warrior 1. So I want you to have your right knee in line with your right ankle. And that back foot heel is in, toes are out. I want you to lengthen your spine, lift your chest and your chin like you might be about to take off. Engage your core. And then big inhale as you sweep the arms up overhead, peeling up into your warrior one. So I want you to press through the front foot, feeling grounded through that right foot. And then I want you to engage the back leg by pressing into the outside of the back foot. Hips are facing forward, so we gently encourage right hip back, left hip forward. And we're lengthening the tailbone down towards the floor as much as we can. Making sure that our shoulders are soft, our gaze is relaxed. Keeping a nice strong foundation, take an inhale, reach your fingertips up. And as you exhale, sweep the right arm underneath the left arm, coming into eagle arms. If this isn't comfortable for you, then your option is to have hands on top of shoulders. Keep feeling strong through the legs. Easy inhales in and out through the nostrils. All right, inhale as the arms come up. Exhale as you bring the hands out behind you, interlace the fingers, draw your palms and your shoulder blades together, lift your chest. And you might just hang out here, or you might take an inhale, lift, and exhale as you bring the torso down towards the thigh. So you're either going to hover the torso just above the thigh, or bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. You do whatever feels best for you. And if none of this feels good, you can just stay standing nice and tall. All right, big inhale as we press through our feet to lift up. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, palms to the mat. Stepping back into your plank. And taking yourself through your chosen vinyasa, which might even be child's pose or straight into downward facing dog. Let's collect our breath here. Deepening our inhale, lengthening our exhale. Alright, so same rules as last time. If you want to, you can ground down through the right heel, look forward and step the left foot forward. Or you can take an inhale, raise the left leg up. And as you exhale, hug the knee into the chest, roll the shoulders over the wrists, and step that foot through. Placing the right heel down, preparing your foundation for your warrior one. So nice straight line from the knee to the ankle. Lengthen your spine, lift your chest and your chin, feeling nice and strong. Engage your core. And then take an inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale as you settle into your warrior one. So we want to feel nice and strong through that left leg, but we also want to press into the outside of that back foot. So you might find that the inner arch lifts just a little bit of that right foot this time round. Relax shoulders, soft gaze. Moving into our eagle arms on this side. So inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale as you sweep the left arm under the right this time, coming into your eagle arms. Remember, you have the option to place your hands on your shoulders if this is uncomfortable. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. And exhale as the hands come down behind you. Interlace the fingers. Draw your palms and your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. Inhale. Staying here if you please. Otherwise, take another inhale. And as you exhale, bowing down to your humble warrior. Remembering that you can either hover over top of the left thigh, or you could bring your left shoulder down to your inside of your left knee. If this isn't comfortable, just staying upright. Big inhale as you press through your feet, come all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale up. And exhale, plant the palm into your plank, going through your chosen vinyasa. And we meet again in our downward facing dog. Make your way from your downward facing dog into your Tadasana, standing nice and tall at the top of your mat. Easy breath in and out. You can have your eyes open or closed, whichever feels best. Bringing your hands into heart center, exhaling fully to prepare. Next, inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, swan dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, release. Easy step back into your plank or whatever version of your vinyasa you'd like to do. Meeting back in our downward facing dog and preparing for round 2. However you would like to, stepping the right foot forward in between the hands. And this time we're preparing for our warrior 2. So in this instance, just to make it easier on yourself, see if you can align heel to heels, front heel to back heel. Bending deeply into that right knee, make sure you have that nice straight line from the knee to the ankle. Lift the chest and the chin, feeling nice and strong. Pressing through both feet, taking an inhale as you windmill the left arm up, and exhale into your warrior 2. Finding your drishti or your point of focus, checking your alignment, front leg, maybe back leg, engaging the outside of the back foot. And you can hang out here if you like, otherwise we're going to take reverse warrior through to extended side angle. So lowering your left palm down to the back of the thigh, flip the right palm, and as you inhale, I want you to lift the chest as the fingers reach up. So we're not crunching through the the lower back here. You should find freedom through the side body and even through the upper back chest area. Take an inhale as you bring your forearm down, and as you exhale, sweeping the left fingertips up or over. Finding nice comfortable placement for your gaze. Bring the chest to center, bring the arms down, easy step back through for your vinyasa, whatever you decide that to be. We meet again in our downward facing dog. However you need to, step the left foot forward. Making sure that you feel nice and strong in your foundation. Making sure that that left knee is in line with the left ankle. Pressing through the outside of the back foot, lift the chest and the chin. As you inhale, windmilling the right arm up, and exhale, settle into your warrior two. Looking out over your left fingertips this time. Keep your gaze soft. Reverse warrior if you would like to. Pressing the back palm down to the thigh. Flip the front palm. Big inhale as you lift the chest. Following your gaze, fingers come up. Keeping that nice bend in that left knee. As you inhale, bring that forearm down. Exhale as the right fingertips reach up to the sky. Or reaching up overhead so that your arm is parallel with your ear. You do whatever feels most comfortable for you. Alright, chest turns to center. Windmill the arms down. Easy step back for your Vinyasa. Collecting your breath here. Gazing forward, bend those knees, tiptoe up to the top of your mat, back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Big wide arms as you inhale all the way up to the top. And exhale. Release your arms, close your eyes if you like, just resting in Tadasana. From your Tadasana, it's coming to the middle of your mat. We're going to practice our warrior three this time. So feet are parallel, hip width apart, standing nice and tall in your Tadasana. And you might like to have a block handy here just for your practice of your warrior three. If you don't have a block, then maybe something like a book or something that creates a little bit of height that's not going to slip out from under you. Feeling nice and centered, finding your dristi, your focus point. And for this practice of warrior three, I'm going to get you to bring the weight into the right leg, and I want you just to turn the heel and toes out just a little bit, just a tiny, tiny little bit. Bring the weight into the right foot, hands into heart center. And then as you begin to draw the left foot back, tilting the body, the torso forward, trying to keep everything even. As you continue to come down, rotate your inner thigh in towards the middle. This helps to keep the left hip down as you slowly travel down. Stopping wherever you need to, using your block if you need to. You can decide you might play around with reaching the arms out ahead, or maybe reaching the arms out behind you, fingertips reaching for the back of the room. Playing around with your balance here. Making sure wherever you are, you're still breathing. I want you to lower your fingertips down to the floor, bend through that standing knee so that you can plant your palms on the floor, and then take an easy step back into a plank, going through your Vinyasa, meeting back in our downward facing dog. Taking some breaths here.
And this time I want you just to gaze forward, but walk your feet to the middle of the mat and your hands back towards the middle of the mat so that you can roll on up to standing. Preparing for the other side. So this time the left heel comes in ever so slightly, toes out. Shift the weight into the left foot. Bring your hand into heart center. When you're ready, gently drawing right toes behind you as the torso tips forward. Remembering to use your block for support if you need to. Or even just bringing the fingertips down to the floor. Alright, soften that back knee, plant the palms, come into your high plank, whatever version of your Vinyasa you'd like to do, going through your Vinyasa, meeting in our downward facing dog. Gazing forward, bend those knees, make your way up to the top of your mat, into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Big inhale, arms open wide, taking up all the space. Exhale, hands to heart center, resting in your Tadasana. We're going to do one more round of Sun Salutation A, and we're going to make it a more gentle Sun Salutation so that we begin to cool down so that we can come into our Shavasana. So from the top of your mat, in your Tadasana, bringing your hands into heart center. Exhaling fully to prepare. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bend the knees and dive on down to your forward fold. So make sure that the feet are a hip width apart. Bend the knees as much as you need to so that you can rest your belly on or around your thighs. And just bring the hands down to the floor. You can use your block if you need to. Just taking some nice easy movements from side to side, swaying around a little bit. You could come back into your ragdoll if you like, opposite hands, opposite elbows. Or just being nice and soft now. Pausing, finding stillness. On your inhale, come to your halfway lift. Pause here. Let the breath go. Inhale. And exhale. Folding down. Let's do that again. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale. And exhale. Take a nice easy step back into tabletop. Taking a couple of rounds of cat-cow in your own time. Inhale as you dip the belly, curl the tailbone, crown of the head up. Exhale as you curl everything under. Close your eyes if you like and just follow the rhythm of the breath. Taking yourself through one more round. And bringing your toes together, letting your knees be nice and wide. Sink your buttocks back to your heels. Walk your arms out, fingertips reaching. Soften your elbows. Having your forehead rest comfortably on the mat or on a block if you need to. Taking your time gently, rising up to your tabletop, tucking your toes, nice easy lift into your downward facing dog. Make sure you pedal the heels out, wriggle around in the hips, bend the knees, lengthen the spine as you reach the hips up and the heels down. Gazing forward, bending the knees, take a nice easy stroll up to the top of your mat, back into your forward fold. From our forward fold, just like we did at the beginning of class, we're going to come into Malasana. So make sure that you have your block handy if you need to. So from your forward fold, maybe widen your stance a little bit, heels in, toes out. And once again, you might choose to just lower the sit bones down and rest your forearms on top of your thighs. This feels comfortable. Or you might come down onto your block or just bring the buttocks all the way down. Find your version of Malasana Yogi Squat. Close your eyes. Settle in for 8 breaths. And if you are all the way down in your squat, as the body becomes used to the pose, you might try and lengthen the tailbone down and straighten up the spine. Wherever you are, make sure that you can breathe easy. 3 more breaths here. Alright, gently bring the hands down and just come onto your knees, maybe just sitting back on your heels for a moment, just letting everything realign. And then make your way onto your back. We'll take a little spinal twist before we come into Shavasana. So roll down onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Take a little roll from side to side if you like. And you can decide the level of your twist today. You might bring the feet down to the floor, keep the feet a hip width apart, and just gently let the knees drop over to the right, or you might keep the knees into your chest. You decide. Either way, arms out nice and wide, palms facing downwards. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, let the knees drop over to the right. Gaze turns over the left shoulder.
Alright, let's go over to the left. So inhale back to center. And exhale, let the knees drop over to the left. Turn your gaze, looking out over your right shoulder. Coming back to center. Give the knees a little hug. Extend the legs long. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a little full body stretch. And then widen your feet. Let the toes hang out. Bring your arms down by the body. Just a little bit away though. Give yourself space. Palms facing up. See if you can flatten the shoulder blades against the mat. Take a nice deep full breath into the belly. Roll that breath up into the chest. Hold briefly. And exhale through the nostrils. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up the belly. Roll the breath up into the chest. Hold briefly. And exhale fully. Last one in your own time. Let the breath settle into its natural rhythm and flow. Relaxing into your Shavasana. Staying here for as long as you like. When you're ready, blinking open the eyes, finding your comfortable seat. Namaste.